Video game developers have spent decades mocking real-world celebrities. Usually, when the rich and famous see a parody of themselves on screen, they hire lawyers, draft a lawsuit, and file an injunction. And usually, judges toss those complaints right in the trash. When a prominent Hollywood actress tried to sue Rockstar Games, claiming a character in Grand Theft Auto V stole her likeness, the courts eventually shut it down. But around that same time, another lawsuit hit the desk. A woman named Karen Gravano sued the same developers for $40 million. And to the shock of the gaming industry, the judge refused to dismiss it. Her legal team argued the developers skipped parody entirely. They claimed the studio systematically extracted the specific, private details of Gravano's real life, repackaged her trauma, and sold it for profit. This forces a difficult legal question. Exactly how close can a fictional character mirror a real human being before it crosses the line from inspiration into outright theft? If Gravano won her $40 million claim, she would set a legal precedent that could dismantle a developer's right to create satirical worlds at all. Inside the courtroom, Gravano's attorneys brought an overwhelmingly strong set of evidence. They started with the names. In reality, Karen Gravano is tied to the Gambino crime family. In the game, the character belongs to the Gambetti family. They moved to the father. Karen is the daughter of Sammy the Bull Gravano, a notorious mob underboss who eventually turned state's evidence. The fictional character's father is Sammy Bottino, a notorious mob underboss who also becomes a government informant. Then there was the television connection. Karen starred in the reality show Mob Wives. The fictional character starred in a television show called Wise Bitches. The geography lined up perfectly, too. Both the real woman and the fictional character were forced to move out west, completely relocating their lives to escape retaliation from their father's enemies. The attorneys even presented in-game dialogue where the character discusses her father's assassination targets. The lines almost perfectly mirrored real-world historical quotes from the Gravano family. By stacking dozens of these identical data points on top of each other, the prosecution painted a clear picture. The studio had created a direct, one-to-one digital clone of the plaintiff's life. The developers responded with a completely different strategy. They did not deny copying her life. Instead, they claimed the First Amendment made it perfectly legal to do so. Under the legal concept of transformative caricature, a direct replica of a person creates liability, but distorting and exaggerating those features heavily creates protected art. The defense argued their character was distinctly separated from reality because she was a loud, absurd mockery. To prove this, they got aggressively personal. The studio pointed out the plaintiff's actual physical appearance, using her real-world weight, to argue that their in-game character was a gross, uncharitable distortion rather than a flattering copy. This creates a bizarre legal paradox. To definitively prove they didn't steal a person's identity, the developers had to prove they were brutally insulting that exact person on the public record. The strategy worked. The judge ultimately dismissed Gravano's lawsuit, throwing it out alongside the Hollywood actress's claim. The court ruled that the in-game character met the standard for legal protection. By twisting the real-world facts into a distorted parody, the developers had successfully created a distinct piece of fiction. These concurrent rulings established a concrete precedent across the entire entertainment sector, drawing a strict boundary for what creators can legally produce. They exposed a massive loophole in likeness rights. You can systematically extract the details of someone's life, provided you make the resulting imitation heavily exaggerated. In the American legal system, weaponized satire operates as a shield. Making a joke out of someone is the strongest defense against accusations of theft.